Hello guys, Mr. Silk here with another video. So questions like what to talk about or how to not run out of things to say. Those two questions is so fundamental that if you can't handle those two questions, then you will never be good with women, genuinely. You need to know how to talk with women. That is the absolute foundation to be good dating and attracting women. Many of my videos, I emphasizing on making the conversation about them. Because when you make a conversation about them, that is when they feel at best in conversations, because you are interested in them rather than trying to take over the show and say a lot of interesting things. Women and people in general are very self-centered. They love to talk about what they think about things, they love to talk about themselves to someone who actually listens. So be that listener. But here comes the question. How to become a good listener? Where to start? Well, in this video, I'm going to teach you a great technique on how you can actually start listening in the right way. So many times when you start listening, you need to in some way know what to listen to. And today I want to present a system called conversational threading. So what is a conversational threading? Well, one thread can be anything. It could be, how someone feels. It could also be a place, an item. It could be anything, basically. And when you ask someone a question, let's say you ask a woman a question. Let's say that you ask the question, what did you do this weekend? Or what did you do today? How can she answer? Well, whatever she answers to you is going to be in a sentence. And whatever she's going to give you, you're going to listen to the words that are coming out from her mouth. Words that is in that sentence she's giving you. So that is what you're going to listen to. So for example, if she answered, let's say you ask her, what did you do this weekend? And she answered, well, I was at my mother's place in the countryside. And I also went out with my friends to a cafe close to the beach. And that's it. What did you actually say there? Well, she mentioned cafes, beach. She mentioned her mother and countryside. That is 4 things you can talk about. Just pick one of them. That is how you're going to make the conversation about them, is to be interested towards what they are saying. So let's say that you're going with the part where she went to her mother in the countryside. Well, what can you ask about her relationship to her mother? And what can you ask about her relationship to the countryside? I mean, what is the number one thing that she likes when it comes to being in the countryside? What is it exactly? When it comes to me, I love the peace and I love the nature. If that countryside have a nature, that is what I love. But I don't know if that is the same thing for her. So I'm going to ask about that. Or I'm going to ask about her mother. It's like, how would your mother describe you as a person? How would you describe your mother as a person? I mean, there are so many things to ask about here. And if you're going to stick to the topic she's giving you, those words in the sentence, you're going to be very successful because you will basically never run out of things to say. And you also consistently making the conversation about her because it's her topics that you are interested in. So if you don't want to run out of things to say, just listen and use whatever she says to you. If you want to talk about the beach, talk about the beach. If you want to talk about friends going to a cafe, talk about friends going to a cafe. Start getting used to that idea, to really listen to what she says, take that and build your conversation based on that. That is how you're going to make the conversations about them. That is how you become a much better listener, because when you start listening to those cues, to those words coming out of a sentence, that is when you train your brain to become a good listener. And suddenly everything becomes automatically, and that is your goal. Anyway, guys, I hope you like this video, and I see you in the next one.